We cashed out all 4 plays in the NBA this Monday. Bang! All right, we hit the 3-man with Nickeil Alexander-Walker over, Trey Jones over, and Julius Randle under for cashing out our 3-man slip. And then we also hit on opening day a few days ago. Guys, we're absolutely hot. We hit all 4 plays today. So we hit the 3-man slip, and then we also, oh my gosh, Tyrese Maxey, bang! 100x our money on Novig. Guys, if you did not follow along with this challenge, we were doing a 100x Novig challenge where I start with $5 on a play, roll over the winnings on the next play. It took us 8 days to do it. This Tyrese Maxey play, so I was following along with the score in the first quarter. Might as well have been deader than dead. Tyrese Maxey had like very minimal stats going into the second quarter. I was like, you know what, this play's dead. Came back in the second half, pulls through with exactly 39 PRA. So we finished with $707. We started with $5, took 8 plays in a row. So that's 8 straight plays in a row we hit. That's over 100x our money. I think it's like 141x our money on $5 over 8 straight days. Guys, if you didn't follow along with this challenge, I'll literally go through. I have all the receipts here. We started with Jaylen Brown over PRA. Then we rolled over to Jalen Duren under PRA. Then we went to Jalen Brunson, 6.5 assists. He went for 7. So we're at $33 now. Joel Embiid, first game back from injury, bang, smashes over his PRA line. Then Kobe White, one of the hottest dudes on the planet at the time, goes over his PRA line. We're at over $100 at this point. Then Tyrese Maxey, in his first game back from injury, goes for over 29.5 points and assists. So we're at $200 at this point. Then we go for Karl Anthony Towns, over 10.5 rebounds, goes for 18 rebounds. And then at this point, we're at over $350. The final day, Tyrese Maxey, 39 PRA hits, 1 over the line. We over 100x'd our money. I'm so glad I did this challenge. I did not think it was going to get to this point. To be fair, I started this challenge, first time I did it, the first play I did, it lost. I'll be honest, all right? I was like, all right, I got to start over and do it again. So we started again, and then hit 8 straight plays in a row. Guys, please leave a like, comment on this channel, subscribe, please. We are absolutely on fire. A 4-0 sweep today. We cashed out MLB opening day a few days ago. I am on fire right now. I'm feeling all types of good. Guys, if you are not on Novig yet, you guys need to be on here. I used this sign-up bonus to help me fund this 100x challenge. You guys can spend $5, get $50 on bonus on Novig when you use my code TEACH10. Just sign up because I hit the 100x. Come on, man. Like, this is crazy. And then on Underdog, you can also play $5 and get $50 in bonus when you use my code TEACH10. So between the 2 apps, you're putting up just 10 of your own dollars, and you're getting $100 bonus between the 2 apps. A lot of other apps will offer like 100% deposit match, but you got to put up a lot of your own money to get a lot back in return. Not on these 2 apps. $10 between the 2 apps, $100 bonus split. So links for Novig and Underdog will be in the description of this video below. Guys, I'm feeling great. Now, enough yapping. Let's get into these plays for NBA Tuesday, starting off with my favorite play of the day, Kevin Durant over 34.5 PRA. He's only gone over this line in 4 of his last 10, but it is 3 of his last 4 games. All right, so you might be a little skeptical, maybe scratching your head. You're like, why? Well, even against the Knicks, yes, the Knicks defend very well. 5th in points allowed, 3rd in rebounds, 6th in assists. At the power forward position, very similar. 4th in points allowed, 3rd in rebounds allowed, and 9th in assists allowed. So you're like, okay, well, the Knicks are really good. The position matchup's not favorable. Hasn't hit the greatest over his last 10. Won his last game against the Knicks back on February 21st, so a little over a month ago, he did go for 39 PRA. Durant's one of those guys, a superstar in this league, who plays well in the big moments against tough teams, especially if they're in a good game like this one where the Knicks won by 2. So if we think it's a close game, and it wasn't necessarily the highest of scoring games, and he still got this done, I still feel very confident in Kevin Durant to get this done for us. He has hit over this line of 34.5 in 59% of his games, though. That's 42 of 71 games, averaging close to 36 PRA on the entire season. So I still feel very good about this, despite what maybe the data may or may not be telling us. Tough position matchup, sure. But Durant seems to prove he can go over this line in tough matchups, especially against the Knicks, proving he did it like a little over a month ago. So it's my favorite play for Tuesday. Kevin Durant over 34.5 PRA. Moving on to play number 2. We're sticking in this game. OG Anunoby over 15.5 points. Onanubi's gone over this line of 15.5 points in 7 of his last 10 games, averaging 18.2 points over his last 10, actually hitting 4 of his last 6, as you can see here. Head-to-head against the Rockets, he's gone over in both of his last 2 matchups, one going back to last season and then one in that last game in February, going for 20 points. So we like that there. Against the Rockets are 4th best in the league in terms of points allowed to their opponents. At the power forward position, still pretty good, 6th best, allowing about 15 points per game. So pretty close to the line that it's set at for us. That's on average. Obviously, they do worse sometimes, and sometimes they do better. We're hoping for them to do a little bit worse, looking for OG to have a good game. On the entire season, he's hit over this line of 15.5 points in 58% of his games. That's 36 of 62 games he's gone over, averaging almost 17 points per game on the season. So, feel good about this play too. Similar to the Durant play, not necessarily the best position matchup against the opponent, but hit well against them the last 2 times, I should say, and hitting well over his last 10. So I feel great about this play for OG for play number 2. Play number 3, we're actually sticking in this game again. We're going back to the Rockets side of things. Amen Thompson over 7.5 rebounds. Thompson's gone over 7.5 rebounds in 7 of his last 10 games, actually in 4 of his last 5, and in 3 straight games with 9, 8, and 8. So just getting the job done over his last 3, averaging 9.3 rebounds over his last 10 games. Head-to-head against the Knicks, he's actually gone over this line in each of his last 3 matchups. Went for 10 rebounds his last game against the Knicks in February, so we feel great about that. Proves he can do it 3 times in a row against the Knicks. We'll look for him to do it in a 4th game. Now, the Knicks, in terms of rebounds, are 3rd best in the league. At the small forward position, we actually have a better matchup. They're actually slightly worse than league average, giving up 5.3 rebounds per game. So, maybe not on average, not quite where the line is at for us, but Amen Thompson's been outperforming his line recently. Over his last 10 games, averaging a little over 14 rebound chances per game. So he's getting a ton of opportunities. See here, a couple games close to 20, one above 20. 16 and then 11 and 13 in his last 3 games, so good amount of chances. Plays almost 40 minutes per game, so he's on the court a ton. Obviously, the more minutes he's going to play, the better opportunities for us. So if you're on the court for almost 40 minutes a game, I feel very confident about a line like this. That may seem a little high for Amen Thompson normally. On the entire season, though, he's actually gone over this line in 53% of his games. That's 38 of 72 games where he has gone over, averaging a little over 7.5 rebounds per game on the entire season. So, over a long stretch, a long sample size of games, proven he can go over this line on average. So, feel very good about this play for Amen Thompson. So, that's those 3 plays in that one game. Moving on to play number 4 in the late slate for us. Jrue Holiday under 15.5 points. Holiday's gone under 15.5 points in 8 of his last 10 games, where he's averaging just 13.5 points per game over those 10 games. Had 2 outliers where he's gone for a decent mid-20s in both of those games. Other than that, though, he's had 1 game where he's just gone 1 shy of that line. Other than that, kind of hanging out in like a 11 to 12 point range-ish, 3 games worth of exactly 11. So we're looking for him to have one of those games where maybe he's not shooting the best. And actually, over his last 10, shooting 42%, not the best. 36% from 3 is not bad, but doesn't really pick up any free throws either. So looking for him to not take many shots, and he can shoot the ball fine. Right, last game he went 3 of 6, so 50% shooting. We only took 6 shots. So we're looking for him to take not a ton of shots and or not shoot well as well. Going up against the Clippers in this game, the Clippers rank 10th best in the league in terms of points allowed to their opponents. And against point guards, actually better. 6th best in the league, giving up about 17 points per game to point guards. Obviously, Jrue Holiday won't be the only point guard playing in this game. So the average is not just for him. It's for all point guards that are playing in this game. So feel good about this matchup at the point guard position, how he's been playing over his last 10, how he's been shooting. Head-to-head, actually did go over in his last matchup very early in this season, back in October, where he went for 21. Matchup before that only went for 5 when he was back on the Celtics. So, proved he could actually go over this line earlier this season, but a lot has changed over the course of this season. So, and on the entire season as a whole, Drew Holiday's gone under 15.5 points in 57% of his games. That's 27 of 47 games he's gone under, averaging 15.83 points per game. So you're like, well, he's averaging more than that, sure, but like he's hit more in games. So that what does that mean? When he does go over, he's exploded over. And you see a bunch of these games, all the red bars, where when he goes over, he usually goes way over, and he shoots very well in those games. We're looking for him to have one of these games recently where he's just kind of mellow, doesn't take a ton of shots, doesn't shoot the ball very well. So that's play number 4. Let's quickly recap all these plays before we get on out of here. All right, so Kevin Durant over 34.5 PRA, my favorite play for Tuesday. OG Anunoby over 15.5 points. Amen Thompson over 7.5 rebounds. And Drew Holiday under 15.5 points. Those are my 4 favorite plays for NBA Tuesday. Guys, please leave a like, comment, subscribe to this channel. I mean, we literally just hit a 3-man. We hit on MLB opening day a few days ago. We just 100x'd our money on Novig. Again, started with $5. We are at $700 in 8 days. So literally it took us a week, a little over a week to get $700. Guys, I don't know about you, but that's crazy. 8-0, my last favorite free plays of the day. Kevin Durant is my favorite play for Tuesday. So, hey, if you're looking to ride the hot hand, I do have the hot hand right now. We all know there's ups and downs in gambling. Guys, and if you want my free plays texted to you every single day, so if you want slips like these that I just hit yesterday, texted right to you before you even see this YouTube video, sign up to my Winible store for absolutely free, winible.com/tickets with TJ. The link will be in the description below. It's absolutely free to sign up. You just get texted my plays, set the slip texted straight to your phone. Nothing you have to do. You'll just get a notification of it, and you'll get that before you even have to watch the YouTube video. So go join my Winible store, absolutely free. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for more picks.